Hey guys, welcome to my channel Eat. I'm Gayatri. Today we'll see a game in code.org. Let's look at the game. See, we have a ball here and I'm supposed to collect the ball. You can see the speed of the ball is increasing slowly. With the mouse, you have to move the mouse to move the ball. Okay. So you get scores every time you collect the ball. In case you miss, then the game ends. Okay, so when you play this game, let me know what's the score you got. Also comment in the section done so that I know you are able to execute this program successfully. Okay, let's get started. Take a new tab, right? Search code.org. Click on the first link, code.org. Then click on create here. Choose game lab. Okay, we have our screen ready to create our game. By default, if you have a function here, just drag and drop it here, it gets deleted. Now go to animation here, click on animation, click on new animation here and select a ball here. Okay, select a ball of your choice and then click on here for new animation. Then go to tools, then select a bowl here. See, for bowl, we need to crop this extra part. Okay, for that, click on this, crop. Now go to code. Go to sprites here in toolbox. Select where sprite is equal to, drag and drop it here. Okay, this is for ball. Variable ball is equal to create a sprite. Then again we'll declare another variable. Variable cup is equal to create sprite. So go to animation here and then rename this as ball. And for bowl, rename it as cup, because we'll be using these variables in our code. So go to code here and then we need to resize our ball, right? So let me check for, let me select sprite set animation. Okay, for that select ball for the first time, then in the drop down select ball, then again select sprite set animation cup, and in the drop down you select cup, and then go to functions, select the first one function, drop it here, change my function to draw. Okay, then go to sprites here. Or go to word, select to draw sprites and drop it in the function. See, when I execute, you can see we have a ball and a cup. We need to resize it, right? For that, go to sprites, select sprite.scale and drop it here. Again, select sprite.scale and drop it here. See, for the first one, we'll select ball. See, ball is too big, so we'll keep the ball size to 0.1. Okay, and then the cup size will increase the cup size. For that, a cup dot scale is equal to 1.5. Okay, so yeah, the ball is behind the cup here, so it's not visible. Okay, function and draw sprite. We have our sprites ready. We need to place our cup here, right, in the base, and we need to make the ball drop from the floor ceiling, right? From sprites, select sprite of X, drop it here. Then select sprite of Y, drop it here. See, for sprite, you rename it as ball. So ball X, see when you hover here, you can see the X and Y values, right? So X can be any value, but Y should begin with something like a 0, right? So for X, I'll keep it a random number. So go to math, select the random number. So the random number can be anywhere from 0 to 400. Okay. So I'll keep it 0 to 400, or else we'll leave the border and keep it from 10 to 390. And ball of Y will be 0 because it comes from floor, right? So we will keep it 0. So you can see we have a ball here at some random place in the floor. Then the cup should move down, right? For that, again, we'll go to sprites, then select sprite of Y. So this time change it to cup. Cup of Y will be 400, or I'll keep it a little up on the floor. So cup of Y will be 10. No, it should be 390, right? Cup of Y will be 390. Yeah, we have our cup on the floor. I'll bring the cup a little up. So I'll make it 380 or 370. Okay, we have our cup here and ball here. We need to drop the ball down. From the sprite, scroll down and select set speed and direction and drop it here. So direction is 90 degree in the sense that it will drop vertically down, and one is the speed. We do not want speed to be constant always. So go to variables, select where X is equal to, we'll declare a variable called S, which stands for speed, and initially speed will be say 5. Okay, so change 1 to yes here. So if I execute now, okay, the sprite, it should be labeled as ball. So our ball is dropping. Go to drawing, select background color and drop it in the function. So we'll change the background color from white to red. So when I execute, you can see we have a red background color, right? Now we want our cup to move, right? So for that, go to control, select if block and drop it in the function. If, then go to word, scroll down, yeah, select mouse did move. If mouse did move, then go to math, select, okay, we don't have assignment operator here. Go to variables, select X is equal to, drop it here. So we'll change it to cup.x. Cup.x is equal to, then go to word, scroll down, select word.mouse of X and drop it here, right? So the cup is moving now, right? Now we need to write a function if ball touches our cup. Go to control, select if here and drop it. Go to sprites. Select sprite is touching target and drop it in if condition. If change sprite to ball if it is touching cup, right? So if it is touching cup, then we need to repeat this. Ball x is equal to random number, ball y is equal to 0. Okay, for that, select sprite.x, drop it here, and then select sprite.y, drop it here. So sprite will change it to ball, and x is equal to random number, right? So go to math, select random number between 10 and 390. And ball of y will be 0. So now if I execute it, every time it touches the cup, the ball goes to the top, right? Now we need to assign scores, right? For that, go to variable, select x is equal to, and drop it here. So I'll share the whole screenshot with you for this program in the description section. You can download it and cross verify while you execute. Okay. So here I'll rename the x to score here. Initially score will be 0. Okay. So when a ball, if ball is touching cup, then again drop this variable here, x is equal to, and then change x to score. Score is equal to score plus 100. Okay, now we have assigned score, but it's still not, it won't print on the screen. Okay, for that we need to add some more commands. See, we'll also change the speed. Initially speed was 5, right? Now if ball touches, then we'll increase the speed as well. For that, again drop x here, and then for speed we had given variable s, right? So change x to s. S is equal to, you can give s plus 1 if you want the higher speed, or you can just give s plus 0.5, 0.5. Okay, so ball will move with the higher speed when it touches ball. No, it still doesn't. You need to go to sprites and then scroll down. And then you need to select the speed for that. Set speed and direction. So you should scroll down. You get it here. Sprite dot set speed and direction. See, again this time it will be yes here. The speed and direction remains the same. Okay. So now the ball will start moving with higher speed. I need to change the variable to ball, right? Yeah, I have not declared variable called score. So go to variables, drop it down here. So take this off. Variable score is equal to 0. Now to display the scores, go to drawing, select text size here. So outside of if block, we'll place it here. So text size, I'll make it 30, and then select text here, drop it here. So the text will be score is equal to, and then outside you write outside of double colon, you write plus score. And this is the place where it gets displayed. See, X, I'll make it 100 and Y also I'll make it 100. So this is the position where our text will get displayed on the screen. So I have my score variable here and it is increasing. Okay. So now we need to write a game over when there is a miss, right? For that, we'll create some more conditions. So how will we know that the ball has not touched the cup? The ball will move down, right? See, the cup is somewhere here. It is something 350, right? So if the ball comes down below 350, then it means that it hasn't touched the cup. So that is the case where we should end our game, right? So for that, go to controls, select if block and drop it here. So if, and then select, go to math, select greater than or equal to. Okay, for this we'll write ball dot x. Right, it's x, right? Y, it is y. Ball dot y is greater than or equal to 370. Okay, if it is, then it means that it's a miss. Then we need to write game over, right? For that, we'll take a variable. We'll declare it here. So we'll use the variable c for this. Variable c is equal to, initially c will be 0. We'll make c as 1 if it is a miss. C is equal to 1. Now, if c is equal to 1, we will print game over, right? For that, go to control, select while loop, while. Now go to math, select double equal to here. This is to check the condition. While c equal to 1. Now go to drawing. Select text. Before that, we'll select a text size. Text size is equal to, say, something 20 or 30. Let it be 30. Then we'll take the text itself. Okay, I'll take the text, drop it here. So text will write game over. Okay, this is the position where it will display. So I'll make it 150 and 150. So we can change the color as well. For that, you can select fill color and maybe yellow. Okay, we'll check that. Okay, so let it be a miss this time. Okay, I got game over here. We'll also add the sounds to it. So for that, if ball is touching, then that is the time where we want a sound, right? Go to word, select play sound and drop it here in the if condition. Okay, so select some sound here and let it be false. Okay, so when I execute, yeah, you can see the sound, right? See, this is the program. Okay, I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.